How are we?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
I'm better now.
Yeah,
Miles better now.
Better now. Everything's all hunky dory.
Right, first thing, I think from the stream the other night, we're all intrigued. What does Mirkin mean?
Right, so a merkin is a pubic wig.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a good job we're set to 18 plus, guys.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So someone said something. Is that related to something that is it a comedian or someone calls people? Stephen Kelly or something?
That's not something I've heard of.
Oh, right, okay.
Basically, how it all came about was I had an Xbox 360.
Right.
And I'd had it for like however long, been playing on the Xbox 360 for years. And then obviously with the new consoles coming out, the PS4 and the Xbox One, I was going towards getting an Xbox One, which would have meant I'd have kept the same gamer tag.
Right, okay.
So my best mate was basically kept going on at me. He's like, no, you don't want to get an Xbox One, you want to get a PlayStation 4. So he's telling me all the pros and cons between the two consoles. And he basically turned around and after convincing me to go for a PS4, said to me, mate, whatever you do, when you get it, don't have the same fucking gamer tag. You've had that gamer tag for years now. And it was like, have a new gamer tag. So the PlayStation turned up and sure enough, I was all set to just sod it. I'll keep the same gamer tag. So I'm on the phone to him and I said, look, just set the PS4 up. It's arrived. So he's like, you haven't put the same gamer tag, are you? It was like, well, I was going to. He's like, mate, don't do it. Don't do it. So we're talking as I'm setting it up. And it's somehow because we've got a long running joke about like Mirkins that goes back to the early days of the Xbox 360,
right, okay.
playing Street Fighter 4. So it was like, well, I think my missus said about it as well. What about something to do with a merkin, right?
Right.
So me and my mate start laughing. Okay, yeah, we'll have something to do with a merkin. And I don't know whether it was him or whether it was her. But basically one of them said, what about smelly merkin? And it was like, well, that don't sound very good, does it? Smelly pubic wig. But then I had a thought. You remember, I think it's possibly Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Yeah. There's a scene in the film where they turn round, one of them, I think it might have been Jason Statham, they walk in the room, they goes, fucking hell, smells a bit funky in here. And that was it. It was like, that came to me and it's like, well, you know what? Rather than smelly merkin, how about funky merkin?
Yeah.
And that was how it came about.
Well, it works. Well, I'm happy I now know what a merkin is. Because
I did wonder whether yourself or Jen might Google it in the meantime to see what it was.
the urge was there. But no. And then when I mentioned it to the lad at work, he was like, I can't tell you. You'll just have to wait until he lets you know. I was like, right, okay. Yeah, but yeah, apparently he was going on, because he calls this comedian, he calls everybody in his fan base Little Mirkins.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought, like, was it something to do with that? But obviously not.
No.
But no, yeah. I'm wondering how many people actually on this app don't know what one is.
Mate, I bet you any money there is a hell of a lot that don't know what one is.
No. Well, I kind of think I'm semi-intelligent. So, if I don't know, a lot of people will. So, why the PlayStation?
So, like I said, my mate sort of convinced me to go on to PS4, which my missus hated because she wanted us to get another Xbox because back on the 360, she's not a big gamer, although she will game. But for, I'd say, a good close to 2 years, when Black Ops 2 got released, she was playing split screen with me on the 360, playing with my mates online on Black Ops 2. So one of my old schoolmates, I like got in touch with again. Me and him were both playing that, and then there was a few mates that he'd made in America that he'd been playing online with, and me and Claire were both playing with all of them, like pretty much every day, without fail, for like almost 2 years on Black Ops 2. And that was part of the reason why she wanted me to still get the Xbox, because obviously we were going to end up having that group still to play with on further games, because we had a lot of fun on it. But sadly, he convinced me to get a PS4. But within about, I'd say, 6 to 8 months of getting the PS4, I bought her an Xbox One.
Right,
but even though I bought her the Xbox One, it was me that pretty much ended up playing it more.
So that's going to answer the question that Jen's put in then. The question is Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Yeah, 100%.
The PS4 has ended up becoming a fucking dusty, like, ornament.
So that's all it's used for. It's only used. There is a band called the Mirkins.
Yeah, that's correct. They do parody songs. So basically, they dress up as, like, say, Jason Voorhees, Mike Myers, Freddy Krueger, and they do parodies of like popular songs, and they make it like horror film related. And some of their stuff is quite good. I
might have to check them out, to be fair.
Yeah, some of it's pretty funny. I haven't seen any of their stuff in a while.
Yeah, I'll have to check them out. Yeah. How long you been gaming for?
Well, 41 years almost.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I've been gaming since I was 5.
Right, okay. First console?
So the first console I ever owned was, it weren't actually even bought for me either. It was bought for my older brother.
Right.
It became mine, which was the Atari 2600.
Yep.
Yeah. And me and my brother had like a lot of heated 2 players on that.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
But that weren't what got me into gaming. It was arcade games that got me into gaming.
Well, what's your favourite arcade game?
No, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it that I've been lucky because I sort of grew up what I call during the golden era of gaming, because you had all these companies that were producing arcade games.
Yeah.
And then obviously you'd wait for the version to come out on whatever you owned. So I started off on the Atari 2600, and then next thing I had was a Commodore 64. So you'd be playing these games like down the social club on the arcade machines, and then you'd like pop into Woolworths and, oh, look at that, Ghosts and Goblins. I love that game. I'll get the Commodore 64 version.
That was the first console I played, Commodore 64.
Yeah, mate, seriously, I've got a lot of good memories of having that. I really have.
That was the first one I played on. You just brought back memories of Woolworths, to be fair.
Well, mate, seriously, this is one of the things that annoys me with gaming these days is how expensive that it is.
Yeah.
And I look back to when I was a kid, I could go into Woolworths with my mum.
Yeah.
And games were like £2 or £2.99. You'd walk in with like 15 quid or something. You'd walk out with like 5, 6, 7 games, you know. And you can't do that anymore. And I think it's a shame, because kids are then not going to be able to, you know, get into gaming as much. They tend to get into gaming because of, like, you know, us, their dads.
Parents.
Yeah,
parents
exactly.
Do it. It's like, I think one thing that's good now is things like Roblox, just for the vast variety of different style games they've got all in one game. I think that helps to a degree. But then, like you say, if there is other games, they're just expensive. Like, you're slightly, you're not much older than me, but I remember when it was, you used to go Game Station, and it was 15 quid for the game brand new.
Yeah.
And you could get the game, a brand new controller and a memory card for 25, 30 quid.
Yeah, yeah. And you look at like what you can pay for some of the games nowadays.
You can't.
It's disgusting.
You're lucky to get a game for 30 quid, let alone the controller.
Mate, you're lucky to get second-hand games that cheap as well. You look at what CEX charge for like some of the games secondhand. I've been in there, and a game that's been out, say 2 or 3 days, somebody's bought it, they've took it back, and they're practically selling it for a brand new price or dearer.
There's a guy I follow on here, and he does a lot of buying and trading from CEX, and he bought a game, a PS2 game. I think it was 680 quid he paid for it, because it's a very rare PS2 game.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. So he'll get them on PlayStation, Xbox, Wii, 64, whatever he can get, and he will go in there and he'll keep the prices on them, and then a couple of years down the line he'll go and check to see what it's worth. Like then, but the one that I can't remember what it's called, but that's dropped in value, 120 quid it's dropped by, and he's had it less than a year.
Thanks for the gifts, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so what is your favourite arcade game? Sorry, we kind of drifted off.
So, yeah,
no worries, Scarlett. Love you too.
I've got so many good memories from like when I was a kid playing on arcade games.
Yeah.
I've got to say, mate, it's got to be Ghosts and Goblins, because I've got fond memories of playing that.
Yeah.
That game, even now, I've only ever seen one person to this day that has actually made it all the way to the last level and beat it. Now, even if you beat that last level, the game starts again. The only way you can complete that, same as Super Ghouls and Ghosts, is if you've got the correct weapon when you beat the final boss. But I've only ever seen one person beat that last level.
I've not played that. Thank you, Shane. I can't remember what I played on the Commodore. The first actual console that was mine, because that wasn't mine, that was my stepdad's. But the first actual console I had was the SNES.
Mate, again, that for me, possibly the greatest console of all time.
Yeah, it was the one of the first games was Super Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario World.
Yeah, and then I got the 1 year for Christmas, I think it was. I got the double cartridge adapter, so I could play Mario Kart, where you had to put Mario World, Mario Kart in, and then put that into the slot. Yeah, absolute incredible memories playing that. Yeah, Sega Master System. That was a quality console as well.
See, I always wanted a Master System, never had one. I've played on one.
Yeah.
But as for the Mega Drive, I could not stand that. It just wasn't anywhere near the Super Nintendo. The controller was pants. Just couldn't get on with it. I've never had one.
I think nowadays we'd be screwed with them style controllers, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Nowhere near, like, what was it? Hello, Deathstroke. How are we, sir? What was it? It was A and B. Then you had your two top, and then your D-pad where it start and select. That's all you had on that controller.
No, so yeah, on the Master System that was all you had. And it was the same on the NES, weren't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You just had them two buttons, like A and B, select start, and the D-pad.
It was literally jump and crouch.
Yeah.
That was it. So moving forward from them, what about what was it called? Did you play things like Street Fighter and stuff on the arcade machines?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Seriously. So like, I always looked forward to, when I was a kid, like going to like places like Western and things like that. If it was a day trip, like for something, or even going on holiday to a seaside place, because you used to go in the arcades back then, and like I say, you'd go round and, oh, I've not seen this game yet, and you jump on it, and then it'd be like, right, okay, I can't wait to get a copy of this on whatever system that you had when it came out. And then nowadays you go into arcades, and this is something that really bugs the piss out of me. And it's modern gaming, I think, that's caused it, because now obviously all the games get released direct to console, PC, and the games companies don't make arcade games anymore. You look at the likes of Capcom, Konami, they used to be massive in the arcade. You know, it's like you could guarantee them two were two of the top ones. But yeah, like Street Fighter, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat. I remember I went with a couple of my mates, basically for a day trip that was through my mate's mom's work. We all like jumped on to go on the bus so we could go down to Western just so we could play Mortal Kombat 2. And we bought a games mag that had all the death moves and fatalities, all that malarkey. And we were studying it in the coach on the way down there. And it was like, couldn't wait to find an arcade that had it in there.
I'd love a tabletop arcade.
I would. One. I mean, that's one of my first memories of arcade gaming is the old sit-down tabletop machines.
Yep. You put your little coin in, and then you're off. I think on the tabletop, I think obviously one of the first ones was Pac-Man, Donkey Kong,
Burger Time.
There was, I can't remember the name of it. It was a side-on view, and it was just fighting. Basically, you just beat a bunch of enemies. You'd walk like you would with Mario. You get to the flag at the end, and then it'd load to the next scene.
Double Dragon?
Possibly. I can't remember the name.
Or Final Fight?
Final Fight, that's the one.
See, that was another great Capcom game.
Yes, I used to love that. I spent so many hours on that. And didn't they do 3 in total? Is it 2 or 3 they did?
Yeah, but I think one of them possibly only released on the Super Nintendo, if I remember right. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I played this one on tabletop. Mortal Kombat, Soap, absolutely incredible games. What's that? We'll do switching between Viper and Merc. Yeah, no worries, Jen. Thank you. So I agree with the fact that Capcom, Konami, and that they need to release more games. For people like us that grew up on that kind of era, we'd appreciate them type of games more than what I think the newer generation would. You know, going back to things like an 8-bit Sonic. I don't think kids would enjoy that nowadays.
I'm not so sure because, like, I know my lad, when he's seen me sat playing games, like now he's mad on Fortnite. That's all he wants to play. He will play other things, but that's the main thing that he plays. He used to see me playing games, and it'd always be, "Daddy, can I have a go?" And it'd be, yeah, you can have a go in a bit. Let me just finish what I'm doing, and then you can have a bash at it.
Let me get to the checkpoint. I mean?
But I
Thanks
think
for the heart, mate.
It's one of them things that if you can like sort of show them, right, this is what gameplay used to be. Yeah. Because nowadays it's more about graphics than gameplay.
Yeah.
You don't get me wrong, you do get the odd game, but I think games companies need to sort of take that back a bit as well. Do you know what I mean? And just sort of like, for example, they released that Turtles game, didn't they? Was it Shredder's Revenge? I've played that a few times recently.
I don't know. I've not played it.
But that's just a typical old school retro look, like Turtles in Time. I don't know if you ever played that, but it's basically very similar to that.
Okay.
And it's fun. It's simple. All you got to do is just run around and beat the shit out of the enemies and get to the end of the level and kick the boss's ass.
Yeah.
Basic, simple, fun gameplay.
So what was your first one then? Was it just, did you have the original Xbox or did you have PS1 first?
Right, so I've basically, from the Super Nintendo, I moved on to the Nintendo 64, which I got on its release date.
One of the best consoles ever made.
Yeah, I went down to Electronics Boutique. I'd pre-ordered it, picked it up when they was opening especially for the pre-orders at midnight. I've been down the pub with my mates. I've been playing darts. I was 17. And then basically we like walked down to get the console. My mate had moved into my old mate's flat next door to where we lived.
Yep.
and he was renting it off his mom. And basically, we went round there, we set the N64 up, and we were playing Super Mario until about 6 or 7 in the morning. From the Nintendo 64, I had a PlayStation.
Right, yeah.
Got rid of the PlayStation, carried on with the N64, got rid of the N64, got another PlayStation, got another N64 because I regretted getting rid of it. So I sort of had both, the PS1 and the N64. I had a Dreamcast as well.
Yeah.
So I had 3 on the go at one point. And then it was PS2. Did have an Xbox, the original one. Eventually got rid of that, which I regretted because that was a great console. Got another PS2. And then I had the PS2 until the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And then obviously I moved on, like I said,
yeah.
PS4, Xbox One.
Yeah. GameCube?
Yeah, I've had a GameCube as well. I forgot that one.
Yeah, no, that's an incredible console. Have you ever played Spyro? I'm being asked to ask you.
No.
No.
To be honest, it never appealed to me. I have recently, the last year or so, bought it for Claire, for the Switch. But I mean, she don't really play anything other than Fortnite. So.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
So what are you on with nowadays? What are you playing now?
What, game-wise?
Game-wise.
Or just... Oh, mate. So, sadly, I'm mainly playing Fortnite. That's down to the fact that I normally get harassed by Claire because I'll be trying to play something else and I'm streaming and it be on board. I'm playing Fortnite on my own. So,
right.
Fuck's sake, here we go. I'm gonna have to play Fortnite. The thing is, it was one of them things where we've because like I saw the trailer for the new stuff that they were doing with Fortnite. I had a bash on it when it first came out. I didn't like the build, and then they did that trailer with Eminem and all that malarkey, and it's like rocket racing and all this stuff being added to it. And I thought, do you know what, that actually looks all right. So I showed my lad, and I thought it'd be a good thing for us to both play together because we had a bash prior to that. And yeah, I've ended up playing that now for over the last year.
I think it becomes like bonding, don't it? Like family bonding.
Yeah, exactly.
Time.
I mean, I don't get to play it with him as much as I'd like. Claire gets to play it more with him, but yeah, you do get to bond with him, and it is nice. The only annoying thing is usually when I can play with him, and his mates are playing, and I'm like, mate, I want to play with you. I don't want to play with all your mates because I don't want loads of 9-year-olds doing my Swede in my headset. But yeah, so we play now and again.
It's like at the minute I've been roped into at weekend playing a game on Roblox.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
I've had that as well.
Yeah. No, I game with all my kids. I've got 5.
Yeah.
Harley, he's with Tarkov, with COD. I have done Fortnite with him as well. But the issue with Fortnite is I can't build. I cannot build.
Same here, mate. I can't.
No, my old ass hands ain't quick enough for that.
Mate, I can't understand how they do it so quick. That's what pisses me off. It's like, how the hell can you do that?
It's the way some of them grip the controller as well. Like they curl the fingers round. It's like, no, I can't do it.
See, I used to play Tekken. You saying that, I'll hold the D-pad side of the controller like that. But when it comes to actually playing to do the moves, I'll be having my hands like that, pressing the buttons.
Oh no, I get confused.
Makes it. I've got a good technique for it, and I got really good at Tekken. If I try playing Tekken holding a controller normally, I cannot play for toffee. But if I have my hands like that pressing the buttons, I'm brilliant at it.
I'm a button basher. I will bash every button on that controller. I don't
See,
know the sequences.
I used to get accused of being a button basher with Tekken. It's like, you're just mashing the buttons. You don't know what you're doing. It's like, yeah, I fucking do. I know how I'm doing it. I'm doing the combos. I've learned it, sort of thing.
I suppose it's like muscle memory, isn't it? When you've got
Yeah.
it, yeah. No, I know. I'd be dead instantly. So if there's any game you could have recreated, what would it be?
See, that's another sore point with me because I get pissed off if games keep getting remade.
Right.
So I'd probably say it's going to be something from the 80s.
Right. Okay. That's interesting because nobody's gone that far back yet.
Yeah.
You're the first person.
The reason being, you look at, for instance, how many times like a Resident Evil will get remastered or remade, and they're doing it now, and it's like, I haven't fucking played it. Why do I want that remade and shell out another 40, 50, 60 quid for that game again when I've played through it? And,
yeah, I get that.
I mean, I will say that I do really want to play the Silent Hill 2 remake because that is my favourite. Potentially up with the original Resident Evil 2. They're my two favourite survival horror games of all time. Nothing has ever touched them, in my opinion, and never will.
I'll agree with Silent Hill. Resident Evil, I agree with up until 4.
See, I weren't a big fan of 4.
See, they started drifting off. So what I used to love about the Resident Evil was the little challenges you had. So you had to collect gems and work out these little challenges, the puzzles to unlock doors. I love that. When they drifted away from that, I think it ruined it.
See, I like I say, Resident Evil 2, I've got fond memories of that game. Not so much with Nemesis. It was good, but it just weren't a patch on 2.
I thought, that's my favourite.
What, Nemesis?
Nemesis. I thought Nemesis was incredible.
It is a good game. I just prefer Resident Evil 2.
Oh, it's choice, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. Everybody's got their own preference.
Yeah, it's personal preference. It's Shane saying number 2 as well.
Yeah. Silent Hill 2. That was fucking brilliant on the PlayStation.
Silent Hills were good. They were fantastic games. Thank you for the treasure box, Jeff. Silent Hills were incredible games. So which game from the 80s? What are we thinking? And I'm not... See, the issue with having them remastered is what would you do to remaster it? Because if I was to have Sonic sort of done on the basis of how it used to be, how it was originally done, would I want it with today's graphics? Probably not.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't bring that nostalgic feel back.
No.
I'd want it exactly the same, to be fair.
Yeah.
Maybe improve the sound so that the coins, when the coins don't sound as shit, but no, I'd want the graphics, and I'd want it to be in 8-bit. I'd want it to be old school. I think that's the tough thing with remastering a game, depending on what the game is.
Yeah. And it really is a tough choice, in all honesty, to like pick one specific game from back then. Because like I said, I've got so many fond memories of all the games that I used to play. There was a game called, I don't know if you've ever like seen it or played it. Over here it was called Shaolin's Road. In the States it's called Kicker. And basically all you're doing is just jumping from platform to platform, and you've got these bad guys that come out the door.
Yeah.
And you just basically constantly either fly kicking them or just like pressing the kick button and just kicking them off the screen. Do you know what? I'd have to go for that.
Would you have that done with today's graphics?
I'd have it improved, but I wouldn't have it with today's graphics.
Right, okay.
So perhaps like same sort of style, but slightly improved graphics.
Yeah.
You could still like sort of have it as a 3D perhaps look.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go overboard. I wouldn't remaster it to the extent where they've totally bastardized the game and turned it into something completely different to what it was originally.
So would you go from, say, the 80s graphics to maybe late 90s, early 2000s, that kind of thing? So it's not completely like fucking HD.
Yeah.
But it's not, you know, um, like it is now. So it's not back to the original graphics.
Yeah.
But it's not HD. So it's in between. It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Would you go like to the PlayStation 1 side of things?
I wouldn't say so much the PlayStation 1. Perhaps maybe sort of the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox sort of era, yeah.
Right, yeah. Have you Sandbox? What's Sandbox be? Have you played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 2009? Yeah, and that's been rated the best Call of Duty first person shooter, to be fair.
See, for me, I've never played much Call of Duty back when they first started coming out. It was Black Ops 2 that got me into it.
Right, okay.
I played a little bit of the original Modern Warfare 2 with my best mate. But other than that, I never really played them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Black Ops 2, that's been my favourite COD I've played since I've played one.
Yeah.
I haven't played one since that I've enjoyed as much as that.
Oh, I played them since fucking they got released. Sandbox graphics, right? Okay, like Borderlands.
Like a cell shaded look.
Yeah. See, Borderlands is a hit and miss. I can give or take it. I don't mind it. I'll play it, but it's not something that I'd keep going back to.
Yeah, I've played through quite a bit of the pre-sequel, and I've still got to finish that. I have quite enjoyed playing that.
Oh, definitely not on COD. No.
I can't really get into the original Borderlands. I have been sort of playing it now and again. I did quite enjoy Borderlands 2.
Yeah, I think
again that was something I was playing with my mate.
That's the one that I've played them, but I think 2 was the best one. But on the same score, it's not something I'd go back to at all.
Yeah.
So I grew up on the Super Mario and the Donkey Kong. Then obviously when it was I went to Xbox. My brother was PlayStation. So there was always that variety in the household anyway. Of if I wanted to go and play Gran Turismo, I was going to play Gran Turismo. I got the PlayStation to do it, or my brother had the PlayStation. Or I was on Forza or Star Wars or whatever it was. Excuse me. So we always had that variety there of what we played, and me and my brother were different with games. He's now FIFA, I'm COD. So I'm shooters, he's sports essentially, and racing.
Yeah. See, I've always been very varied with the games that I've played. So for example, the only sort of kind of game that I've never been able to get into is like strategy games, like the RTS ones.
So I used to play the strategy games. Some of the first PC I ever got, I was about 11, and it came with Command and Conquer.
Yeah, I couldn't get into them.
And it came with Theme Park World, and I absolutely love both of them.
See, there's only one that I ever played that I actually enjoyed. I don't know if you'd have played this one, but do you remember Kessen? It was basically like set in like feudal Japan, and like you were having to reenact like these battles from Japanese history.
Right, okay.
And you were taking control of an army and things like that. But again, that was one of them games where I played it for so long, and it was like, got a bit bored of this now. But football games, I've always been pretty good at.
I get bored too quick.
I got real into Pro Evolution Soccer 2. That is my favourite football game of all time. That is fond memories of that one. Even now, because I was never that keen on FIFA because I always thought it's too easy to score goals. It's just an easy game. But then Pro Evo, that changed it for me, and then that was it. It was like, right, I'm never playing FIFA again. And then Pro Evo went downhill, and now FIFA is the one to play, and FIFA is quite good to play. But you name it, I've played all sorts.
FIFA, see, I think it's got too difficult now. So when I used to play FIFA, it was 07-ish.
Yeah.
Then I stopped playing for a bit. Then I played, I think, I then spent a lot of time on 17. It's only been recently with my lad that we played 24, and again I got bored of it way too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a football fan though?
Not really. I used to be.
No.
Used to be. Used to be a Red, but I think I only went Red because my family household was blue.
Right. So I'm guessing you're talking about United and City.
Yes. So my household was blue, so I went, no, I'm going Red. Like, I'm just going to be an awkward dickhead because you lot want to be City fans.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Oh, right. Oh, Red and blue could be Liverpool, Everton, couldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I asked the question.
No, it's United, City, and I just went, no, I'm going Red. And then when it started changing was when it was more about the money than the game.
Yeah.
I lost a love for football then. More into I got more into cars. I've always been into my cars, but I got more into the cars then.
But you're a mechanic as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
So it stands to reason.
Yeah. I used to be a Liverpool fan. Used to be. What stopped you? My child is finally asleep. No, so yeah, I got into cars, and then sort of that's the second love. In the sense of hobby, gaming will always come first.
See, gaming has been the main constant for me. I'll still be gaming when I'm 70, and I don't give a shit what people say.
I'm going down with my PC. If someone doesn't put my PC in my box with me, like, you ain't invited. I'm going down with it.
I don't blame you, mate. I would say it's been the main constant in my life. Like I say, I've been gaming for nearly 41 years. I've had the odd moment now and again where I've fell out of love with gaming, but I was still gaming, but not as much. It'd just be the case of, oh, I'm in the mood for it. I'll sit and play for a couple of hours. But then I also had times, it's only a couple of spells over the years, where it's like, do you know what? I can't be arsed. I'll be sat there and I'll be thinking about it. It's like, should I put that on and have a go on that?
Nah. Is that down to the games though that you were playing at the time, or is that just like the mindset you was in?
I think it was just a mindset. Because like I say, with modern gaming, I sort of got a bit bored some of the games that was coming out, I think, as well, and nothing was sort of holding my interest. And the amount of time I've spent gaming, like in my younger days as well, like teens, early 20s, I think it was just a case of I was starting to settle down as well compared to where I had been when I was younger. I weren't a bad boy, but I weren't exactly a good one either. Do you know what I mean? I was a bit mischievous. But like gaming sort of kept me and my mates out of mischief. Me and my three closest friends, and I mean one of them's no longer with us, but it was a case of the three of us during our teens, like I say, Super Nintendo. We'd spend weeks skiving off school, and we would just literally be on the Jazz Cabbage, playing on the Super Nintendo, having a laugh, doing stupid things like playing Super Mario the Lost Levels fucking upside down, or like trying to play with your feet, daft things like that. And they were great times. And I sunk so many hours into gaming towards the end of my teens as well.
Yeah.
I'd spend ridiculous amounts of hours because I'd be in and out of work. And I had a long stretch where I was out of work as well, where I would literally be playing LMA Manager on the PlayStation 1, right? So I would play it, say I'd start about 4 in the afternoon. I would play it until say 6, 7 in the morning, and then I'd fall asleep, and then I'd wake up, say 3, 4 o'clock the following afternoon, and then I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
That's my vape fell on the floor.
it's so gaming's been a big part for me as well. Growing up with it, it's always been a minimum of 2 consoles, always.
Yeah.
Obviously, me and my brother, like I say, we both had the opposite though. We used to, so there was one game we used to play. I don't know if you played it, called Tenchu.
Yeah, Tenchu Stealth Assassin, great game.
Absolutely incredible. Angry Wolf, welcome in, mate. Absolutely incredible games. But that was only on PlayStation. So
yeah,
it was things like that and Gran Turismo that took me over to the PlayStation side. And that's the only time I'd play PlayStation. But then I was more Halo, Forza as well, and whatever was out on Xbox at the time.
Yeah.
The whole FIFA situation was, I'd spent a lot of time on FIFA. That was with mates, and as you said about being mischievous and whatnot. One of my best friend through school, we used to live basically 5 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And what we'd do is I'd go to his house, his mum would phone in school and say that we're not coming in. And then we'd sit at his playing PlayStation all day.
Yeah.
And it was FIFA.
Like I say, my best mate, he lived next door to me. So we've been friends since we were 8 years of age, right? And sure enough, by chance, where me, my mum, and my stepdad moved to, so the estate we was in, like a top floor flat. There was like 3 stories basically, and where we moved to when I think I was about 11 at the time, he lived next door, and from that, I mean, we'd been friends through primary school, but we ended up becoming best friends living next to each other. So we ended up going to the same high school because of that. And I always remember this, and this is going back to the Commodore 64. This was brilliant. So we're both walking to school this one day, and we're like walking through these woods, and we're on our way to school, and you can tell he ain't really up for going to school that day. So he turns around, he says, "Nige, do you know what? I don't want to go to school. Can't be arsed." It's like, all right, okay. What do you want to do then? He says, "Should we just not bother fucking going?" It's like, yeah, fair enough. What are we going to do though? He's like, "Well, we'll just go back to mine." It's like, "Well, mate, my mum's likely to fucking
she's gonna see you.
Do you know what I mean?" It's like, you live right next door to me. So anyway, we managed to like get back into the flats, get upstairs, get into his flat, straight into his bedroom, right? His old man didn't even know that we'd like bunked off school. So we locked ourselves away in his room. We sat playing on the Commodore 64, and there was a game called, is it Clumsy Colin or Crazy Colin? I can never remember. And we were sat there playing that for a good 2, maybe 3 hours, and then all of a sudden there's a knock at the door, and it's my old dear. And she says to his dad, "I've had a phone call after school. Is your Steve in school? Was Nigel in?" He's like, "Well, yeah, as far as I'm aware." The next thing I know, he opens the bedroom door, and of course, there's the two of us sat there playing the fucking Commodore 64, and my mom hit the roof. I had to go back round, and then within about half hour, 40 minutes, I was back round his, and all we did all weekend from that point was constantly playing that game, and we never slept.
No. See, I couldn't do that no more. I used to do the same with the all-nighters and sitting there gaming, and, you know, for me it was drinking Vimto and sitting there gaming. I was obsessed with Star Wars Obi-Wan. I couldn't do it now.
Yeah. See, I've had a bit of a resurgence because going back, maybe we've been living in this house now, what, 2017 we moved in, so nearly 8 years.
Yep.
Before we moved in here, so this is going back about 2014, 2015. So me and my mate playing online on the PS4, or on the PC that I had at the time. We'd be sat there playing it. and he sort of expected me to still be like I used to, where I'd be playing with him online till like say 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's getting to like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And next thing he knows, all he can hear is me snoring down the headset. I've literally fell asleep in my fucking chair.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. But I don't know what it is. The last year or two, I can stay up until 4, 5, 6 in the morning again, like I used to back in the day, and I don't understand it because I'm at work during the week, and then obviously, you know, with the missus and the kids as well. And it gets to a Friday night and I'm streaming on here and I can stay up until 4 in the morning, still be going strong.
No. I'd say I did the same as you. I fell asleep. So my living room, I've got laminate flooring. And I've got obviously a chair with wheels.
Yeah.
I've been playing my game leaning on my desk. I fell asleep and I've woke up by fucking sliding back in my chair, not realising oh shit. But yeah, I couldn't do it now. I'd love to be able to do like a 24-hour stream for charity or something.
Yeah.
I've done it before, but I don't think I've got it in me anymore. I think it would be countless Red Bull Pro Plus and monsters, to be fair.
Yeah.
I did. It was for Macmillan. I think it was about 2018 where I did a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, fair play.
It was a killer. I was 28 at the time, and I struggled. But then I got to a point of when the 24 hours was up, because we had like a stopwatch and everything. We took breaks I think it was like every 3 hours or something, like a 10-minute break, toilet break, stretch your legs. It got to a point where the 24 hours were over. I was past being tired then.
Yeah, you get a second wind, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like you end up, your body sort of recovers.
Yeah. I was just like, no, I can't do it. Like, now I'd be I'd have to be I'd probably say till about maybe 2.
Yeah.
And then that's when I'd really like struggle and go, yeah, no, I'm going to bed now. Can't do it. Well, I'd love to do a 24-hour stream. Last 24-hour stream I did for charity was 2 years ago.
See,
so I enjoy that.
I'd love to try it, but I know logistically it's not possible with the family and everything. Do you know what I mean? It's not easy to do.
No, I'm all right because I live alone. So like I have my kids on weekends and whatnot, and during the week, like my lad I have every Friday. But I can make time to do it. It's just whether I'd actually do it.
See, I think I could probably go 12 hours.
Yeah.
Say if I was able to go from like 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning, I could probably do that. But I don't know if I'd be able to do a 24-hour.
No.
I know I could do it, but it's being able to. I'm
never getting involved with a Fortnite. I'll be doing one of them again. Was it that bad? No. I'd like to do it. I just don't think my body's got the power for it anymore.
Yeah.
What do you play on now? Are you PC or?
So yeah, I'm playing on my PC. So like since I've been playing like Fortnite, and even before that, I was playing a bit more on the PC because I have been playing loads on the Xbox. And obviously with streaming to TikTok as well, it's a lot easier than doing it off your console.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's mainly PC, which is annoying really because there are times when I think, oh great, you know, I'd love to jump on the Xbox and have a bash, but
yeah,
I'm enjoying my gaming again, like I said. So you know, I've got loads and loads of games. It's crazy how many games I've got because I've got that many emulators and ROMs on my PC, plus all the games I've got in my Steam library and things like that. So
that was coming up. That I was going to ask if you've got any emulators or anything like that.
Yeah, mate, I've got a MAME emulator with about 40,000 games for it.
It's I think nowadays it's the only way we can do it. to be
Yeah.
fair.
Like even that itself, like we were talking earlier, like the retro stuff, buying it from places, it's extortionate.
Yeah.
It really is.
The prices of things is just, everything's just gone incredibly expensive when it comes to wanting. I'd love to collect all the old consoles, but it's
Well,
just
you saying that, I've sorry to cut you off. I've got a PlayStation 1 sat to the right of me. We've still got my N64 somewhere in the house. We've still got my GameCube. I've got PS3 that I had off my brother for my son, which is sat upstairs.
Yep.
I've what else have I got? I've got a Super Nintendo somewhere down here as well. What else? I think I said the GameCube. So yeah, I've still got. Oh, saying I'm inactive.
Yeah, it does. Mine keeps doing that. Just slide the jigsaw piece across.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Speak to Mad Killer. He might know good places to get them. What, old school consoles? So I keep having a browse on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. But even on there, I want it and I want it to work.
Yeah.
Do you know, I want it to be one of them days where I'm sat there and I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to get the PS1 out, or I'm going to play the GameCube. And I think generally it'd be something good to stream as well. You know,
yeah.
For people like us, I think we'd enjoy sitting there watching someone playing Street Fighter 2.
Well, I am planning on me and Ben have been talking.
Yeah.
And basically, I have sort of suggested, because I'm getting a role in the server. I'm going to be helping set up a Fortnite tournament at some point soon, which we're in the process of. Me and Lilo are going to sort something out for that, which I've banded some ideas around for it. So hopefully next few weeks we'll get that in motion.
Yeah.
But like I did say to Ben about like doing some challenges, because I've done it in groups that I mod in on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I outmod a group that's called the Retro Games and Emulation Crib, something along those lines. I don't go on Facebook as much anymore, so we've done challenges and stuff in that in the past, like a beat a high score challenge, or fastest time on, like, say, a track on Mario Kart, things like that. So I was thinking about doing things like that. And so I am planning at some point where I probably will do a retro stream one night. I have tried it a couple of times where I've been sat here and I've been streaming Mario Kart Double Dash. But yeah, so I probably will do like a retro night at some point where I sort of revisit some of the classics and just sit there and play them. Yeah.
It's damn good idea. That really good idea. I'd definitely be interested in watching that.
Yeah, cool.
Because, like I say, for us older people that are gamers, it's revisiting your childhood or some memories you had as a child or as a teenager or whatever. It'd be really interesting or really enjoyable to watch.
I think it's also introducing the younger generations to like, you know, games that they wouldn't necessarily go out of their way to play. And if they're sat there watching it, they might think, well, do you know what? That looks like it's actually quite fun, and I might have a bash on that.
Yeah, I think now it would be more emulation though, won't it, rather than playing on the original console. But even so, you know, if you can get a bit of a, you know, interaction with them, whether it's through an emulation or whether it's on the actual console, it don't really make any odds.
No.
Yeah, I used to have emulators and used to play. One of the games I did play, to be fair, was the original Pokemon on the emulators. I don't understand where they've gone with it now, like on the Switch and stuff.
Oh, it's all open world and like an RPG, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's not like it was where you have that is it 2D fucking map where you just walk. It was literally 4 buttons, like, and then, you know, you'd bump into a wild weedle or whatever. Yeah, I'm tempted to get some get a few emulators on the download. To be fair,
see, I think it'd be cool as well if like I can get something going, because I know you can do like sort of a cross play with the emulators, so you do it online. I've never actually done it, but it might be something to look into where a few of us could have like a retro night where we're all sort of playing against each other on something.
Yeah, like, even an old Mario Kart would be fun.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? I used to love that game.
Mario Kart 64 is the best for me.
Oh no, it's the one on the SNES.
The SNES is great, but the one on the 64 for me was the pinnacle of the Mario Kart.
There was one map I was absolutely incredible on, and it was the lava map. So it was all,
I know the one, Bowser's Castle.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to absolutely fucking love that map. Well, yeah, no, I'd like to see some more retro games being played. Things like Frogger,
Mate,
James Pond. Yeah, get them back out.
Donkey Kong Country.
Even there's a fine line now, isn't there, with what you'd call a retro game, because to the newer generation now, things like PS1 are now considered retro, whereas to us, no, SNES, Dreamcast, Atari, they're what were retro, the Mega Drive retro.
Yeah.
I think because we all probably spent that much time playing PlayStation, playing Xbox, that's just an old console to us. It's not classed as retro gaming. It's still a big pinnacle of gaming, but to us it's not retro.
In the retro crib on Facebook group, so basically the rules are that you can only sort of post up to Xbox 360 and PS3. So before that, anything after that is considered modern gaming.
Yeah.
It's got to be like sort of, prior to that.
Yeah, personally, I'd still consider that as modern. Do you know what I mean? With what I grew up with, I'd still consider the 360 and the PS3 as a modern console.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Before them, so your PS2 and your Xbox, like after that, that's it. It's like that's modern.
No, there's what are you on about? Right, here we go. It's going to bring up the puzzle piece in a minute. So in regards to the streaming, is this the first time you've started streaming, or have you been elsewhere, any other platforms?
See, I did have the odd bash on Twitch.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, sorry, you're not meant to say that, are you?
Oh no, I'd say it every week.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to say. I actually said it during one of my streams. I think it was last week. I dropped it out and I was like, "Oh bollocks! I should have said the purple app," which sounds like a fucking sex toy. Yeah. So, I had the odd bash on Twitch, and I thought I've been told to get on it and have a bash. Yeah, it's really good, and you'll make something on it. And it's like, nah, not for me.
I think it's the hardest platform to do.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the hard. So I've done this one. I've done the blue one and the purple, and I think this is the easiest.
Yeah,
the most engaging. I think it'd be all right building up a following on here, doing to both and getting people to go over to purple.
Yeah.
But again, if they're already on here, why are they gonna stop this to go over there on the same? Yeah. This has been the blue app did well for me, to be fair. But then they messed up with the monetization of it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the end goal is for everybody. It's if you're, a gamer and that, your end goal is you'd want to do it full time, which I would. I'd love to do this full time.
Likewise, mate.
But it just takes a while to do.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no way I'd be as many followers as I am now on the purple one, or Facebook for that matter.
Yeah.
Like I said, I did do all right, and then I stopped. And then, like you said, you had that mindset of not gaming.
Yeah.
I had the mindset of not streaming. I was still gaming, just wasn't streaming.
Yeah.
Because you get emotes and raids. What on the purple one? See, I think they need to introduce raids on here. Raids would be absolutely fantastic on here.
See, I tried the purple one. I had a bash on the green one as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think much of that.
I signed up to that because they made it out that it was really easy, to make a living on there. I know a few people that tried it and said it was terrible.
Yeah. Claire, I can't say the names, that's why I'm saying purple one and green. I'll tell you after.
Yeah, no, I think if they brought raids to TikTok, that'd be fantastic. If I'm streaming with 8 people, I can then, I'm ending stream, I'm going to send you over to Funky. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That'd be brilliant if they brought that over. But on the same score, I think the purple side would have something to say about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've got that as a copyright thing, but I do know you could do that on the blue one.
See, I did maybe the odd couple of streams here and there on the blue one. But again, it's like you've got to have sort of a following or something to get noticed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard just doing it. And also, me and my mate, going back 11 years ago, we set up our own YouTube channel. And we very, very, and I mean very, this is how close we were to making it. So Metal Gear Solid 5 came out.
Yeah.
We had a copy of it, both of us, delivered to us. I think it was 2, maybe 3 days before the official release.
Yeah.
I don't know how my mate found this, but basically he said, mate, get on here, order it. You're going to get it early. So as soon as we both had it for our PlayStation 4s, we were creating content, taking clips, mucking around on the game. That first night we were uploading like videos and I woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and found a couple of my clips. One of them had something like 80,000 views, 100,000 views. Only to then 3-4 hours after that, I'm at work and I think, do you know what? I'll go on YouTube and I'll see how well our videos are doing. And we put quite a few on, maybe about 15 each, if that. Yeah. And it got took down, every single fucking video. And they were going viral.
Yeah, and that's your time wasted as well.
Yeah, but it was down to the fact that obviously I think Konami pulled it up because it was prior to the release date.
Yeah.
And we didn't have permission to post the content. And that fucking knocked us for 6. So I've not really bothered. We were still doing it for a while, but I don't really post anything on that channel anymore. So, there's the odd occasion and that's it.
I've got one on the red side and sorry, one side. Jen, no, they haven't come through. I'm sorry. Jen's been asking questions and it's not been putting them through.
Oh, bloody hell.
Have you played Far Cry, Viper and Funky? I've played one.
I've played the 4th one quite a bit, and I've played a bit of the 6th one, but I haven't played much, but I do like the games.
I played, the only one I played was Predator, and that was on the 360, and I absolutely loved it, but then I tried Far Cry 3 and I didn't like it. Tam, you're gonna have to speak to me about that. Apparently Ben does raids on Sundays.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, I'm intrigued to see how that works. I'd love to be able to do that, raid people with my following. Bad TikTok. No, it's I I personally, I find it on here much better. The people I've met through this app, absolutely incredible people. Obviously, regardless of what app you're on, you're going to meet trolls and dicks, but you know, you're going to get that on any app anyway. But I just think the engagement I've had through this, to say I only started in August, you know, I'm at 4.5 following, and for me, it's not. I'm not even bothered about having a massive viewership. Like, if I've got 20 people in here or 120 people in here, it doesn't really make any odds to me. It's more the chat, the people. Like, we all have, like, you'll have your constant viewers, the people that come in every time you're live, you know, and when they're sat there, they're in chat and they're making their own conversations and talking between themselves, that's when I know then, you know, I've done something right, because these people didn't know each other beforehand.
Yeah.
And now they're chatting like they're best mates. Like Jen and Tam, I know Jen personally. Don't know Tam personally, but she came in and now Jen and Tam are like best mates. They've never met each other, but the conversation they have, they go and play with each other, you know. It's incredible, and that's when I know that I've done something right.
Yeah. You see, you and Ben touched on it last week about the community that's building, you know, and it is right. I mean, you saying about the people that you've met through the app, it's the same for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've been streaming on TikTok probably for, say, over a year, but it's only been since I joined the agency back when it first sort of started around in November, where I've been streaming more regular.
Yeah.
And early on, it was a real struggle.
Yeah.
I was having streams where I was sort of coming off after 2-3 hours. I was thinking, why the fuck am I doing this?
Is there any point? Yeah, I get that.
It's hard going.
Yeah.
And even my confidence as well, because through that, I met Filthy Socks.
Yeah.
Like around, I think it was the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
Jenks. And I got on really well with Socks. Sound guy, he gave me a bit of support. And then we were jumping into each other's streams. And then from that, me supporting him supporting me. I've met Tam, met Shan, you know, my missus has been supporting me.
Yeah.
And I look back at when I started streaming more regular.
Yep.
Through becoming on the agency to where I am now. And I've grown in confidence. And I put that down to the support that I've had from my missus, from Tam, from Shan, from Jerry, from Ben. You know, and I don't even think I'd have been at a point where I could do this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that sort of level of confidence. But now I've built in confidence. And at the moment, I'm still considering myself in the early stages of streaming.
Yeah.
Despite how many followers I've got, which a lot of them are Japanese.
Oh, right, okay.
So basically, I posted a clip of some wacky Japanese like game show, and it only goes on for about 11-12 seconds, something like that. It's gone viral, and it's still getting views now, and it's gone over 11 million views.
I'm gonna have to go and look at that.
So because of that, within, I think it was about just over a week, I gained about 4,000 followers.
Nice.
And so I'm on just under 9,000 followers at the moment.
Oh, smashing
but
it.
Then I think a lot of the followers that I've got prior to that, though, as well, are like bots and things, because I still see my follower count come down. It goes up and then it's sort of coming back down. I mean, I only sort of I can get maybe about 10, 11 people watching sometimes, but I'll only have the ones that have been supporting me in the chat talking.
Yeah.
And I used to get a bit negative about the fact that I'd have there, and even if I didn't have my regulars watching, that I'd have, say, 10 people watching, and they're just lurking. They're not talking or anything like that. And I'd get a bit negative about that, but I don't now. I'm positive about it because I see it as well. I've got 10 people watching. They're staying watching.
Yeah.
I'm doing something right. And if they aren't engaging with me, I haven't got a problem with that. It's
No.
like they're obviously either watching me for a reason or they're just, you know, literally enjoying watching. They're just chilling out and watching it.
Well, yeah.
It might be that they speak a different language and they can't understand me.
Yeah.
But I'm treating it as a positive. And, you know, I'm hopeful for building what I've already done so far. And it could take me 1,000 streams and I'm still at the same point, but I sort of look at it, it could be that 1001 where something just clicks and then all of a sudden out the blue I've had a mental stream, I've gained loads of followers and I've got even more of a community than what I've got now through the extended community we've got, you know.
Thanks for the treasure box, Jen. Yeah, it's incredible the way things can change. Now, Ben last week, his stream just went. I think I'd gone on in the morning and he was at 46 subs off. Yeah, 46 subs. Obviously I was at work at that point, and then I've come off. I've done what I've done. I've gone to my lads, pick my lad up or whatever I was doing. And then I go back on and he's at 152 or something. I was like, the fuck's gone on? Like, wow.
Yeah, mental.
That's nuts.
I mean, I was in his stream the day before and I think he was around the 40 mark then. And then I jumped in after I got home from work and I said to him, it's like, mate, fucking hell, what has happened? It's happened? Like, so what's going on? You might on 160 something by the time I got in. It's like, mate, you've had a really good stream, haven't you? Fair play.
It's the thing is, it's
thanks for the treasure box, Jen.
He deserves it as well because he's a damn good guy and he's
mate. Seriously,
he's out for everybody. He helps everybody.
I can't speak more highly of him. I met Ben through Socks basically. So like I said, I'd been supporting Socks and he decided like one night I was streaming and I helped him during a stream where he was having a bit of a bad moment and he had a good laugh and he had a good stream and he jumped into the agency Discord and basically said, FunkyMirkin streaming, could everybody sort of jump in and give him a bit of support because he's a good egg. And I had Shan come in, I had Tam come in, I had Ben come in, I had a load of others, and like Ben got emotional over that stream he had last week because I hadn't had that sort of support leading up to that point. I was getting a bit emotional. I was trying to play Grand Theft Auto. I was trying to play Grand Theft Auto online and I couldn't concentrate because of what was going on. People
don't see it though. Like people that are viewing it, they do not see how it makes us feel unless we get emotional on stream. But when you've had a really good stream like that, like we try and hold it back. We're on camera, we try and hold back the excitement. We try and hold back the emotions, and then when we're off stream and the camera's off, it's like shit that just happened. And it's incredible. Now we have got some big plans coming up. Me, Ben, Mr Nom Nom and Gaz, which hopefully is going to help everybody. So I can't really touch base any more than that, but we got some really good plans coming up. We want it to be one massive community. Like you've got you've got your community, I've got mine, Ben's got his. The thing is, they're all merging. That's what we want.
See, I wouldn't say I've really. I've got a community, but my community is part of everyone else's community. Do you know what I mean? I haven't. I'd say I've got my own, but like I say, it's only a small one. And I still need to grow to like sort of extend that and get more of my own community that then I can bring into the community that we've got equally. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this was it. So I had a conversation with Ben, Nom Nom and Gaz yesterday, and I said to them, like, because we've got the OMG lot, which is Nom Nom and Gaz, and they're an incredible bunch of people. They've then got the Rise lot as well. And I said to him, like, if we're going to merge communities, like, their communities are bigger than what I've got, which they are. You know, I have a consistent 8 to 10 that are always in. You know, they're in for either 5 minutes or they're in for the entire stream.
Yeah.
But I said that to them because I felt like, well, you lot are bringing so many people across, and I'm bringing like a quarter of what you're bringing, if not less. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're all going to be one big community, and we will. Yeah. You know, we're going to work at it. So even as you're saying you don't really have a community, it wouldn't matter because you are part of the community anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I did say this to Ben. I actually feel like I'm part of a community now, and I haven't been feeling like that. Do you know what I mean? It's, I won't go into too much detail, not on the stream, but I now feel that I'm part of something. And Ben said to me, mate, that's good because you are. He said, you know, you're active in my server on Dissy. You're active in the streams. And I've always had that same mindset, even back when I first joined the agency and like getting to know Socks and everyone.
Yeah.
That I had that mindset from the beginning when I became part of the agency that support people and we all grow together.
Yeah, you get it in return.
I think there is a chunk of the gaming streamers on TikTok that haven't got that mindset.
Yep.
You know, and I sort of think there's the scope for this community and growing. There's so many that have all got the same mindset.
Yeah.
You know, and it's feasible that everybody helps each other grow and we can all get to a point where we want to be.
I can tell you now, without the whole community, including Ben and Gaz and Nom Nom and Dan, and I wouldn't be doing this now. I thought about doing this months ago, and people were like, "Do it." Well, then I did see somebody else doing it, and I was like, like, I don't want to take what they're doing. I don't want to copy them.
Yeah, you want to be your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I seen them stop doing it, and I mentioned it again, and literally as soon as I mentioned it, my community straight away, bang, yeah, do it. Then Ben, obviously, he was like, yeah, get it done. Gaz, Nom Nom, get it done. Yeah. You'll never struggle to find someone to do a pod with. You won't.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, Corvus told me to do it. He's coming up soon. Now he's a gamer, but he doesn't stream gaming. He streams other stuff. He's a very, very interesting man, and I can't wait. Yeah, he bought it up, didn't he? Corvus,
because I was heart me and the gifts, guys.
Because I said I weren't doing it, didn't I? Shane, and then it was him that brought it up again about me doing it. So it was a case of, yeah, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna do it now without the backup and the support from my community, from Ben's, from theirs, and all of them going, yeah, do it. I wouldn't have done it. And I've just been sat here going, oh, maybe I should have done.
See, I mean, when I first started streaming, it was a case of, like I said, I'd streamed on here the odd time, like when I was on the Xbox. And then when we started playing Fortnite, it was like, well, I think I'd streamed a couple of other games before that on and off on my PC on it. And then we started playing Fortnite. And I was like, well, what have I got to lose by streaming while I'm playing? Do you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing to lose by doing it.
No.
You've just got something to gain at the end of the day. And
oh yeah, 100%.
I just thought, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go for it.
Like Jen's just said, yeah, you did it and then it popped off. Now you're on your fourth. Yeah, the first one went really well. Second one went really well. And it's just picking up, and it's just getting, each time I do it, because mine was, like you said, the confidence. Have I got the confidence to sit here and talk to someone that I don't know for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is? And then, like I say, with people pushing me to do it, I'm more confident in doing it. Like I've got a few people lined up that I've not really spoke to. Like obviously, we've only come into conversation with each other because of Tam putting you forward, saying that Funky would be good on there. Right, okay, no problem. And then obviously we had the conversation. I've been in a couple of your streams, you've been in mine, and then it's been tonight. Now, my idea with this is I want to find out, as I have with you, where you stand with gaming, what got you into your gaming, you know, what it was like for you growing up with the gaming side of things and how you got into streaming and whatnot. And it's paid off. A lot of people have said it's a cracking idea and it's good. And I think it is.
Like I said to you, mate, I thought it was a brilliant idea when we were talking the other day, because you're doing something different to everyone else. You might see somebody doing a podcast, but it's not necessarily the way you're doing it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And it is a good way for you to get to know the community that are joining your streams as well, and you're supporting them. And it's another way of building things, isn't it?
Well, you know? my hope in this is I bring traffic through to from both sides. So you know, like your wife, she followed me the other day. That if this wasn't organised, that never would have happened. You know, like fucking Jen's come over through treasure boxes in yours, through treasure boxes in mine. Like it never would have happened. We're both getting traffic here. We've both gained followers along the way.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And like now, so say Friday for whatever reason I don't stream and they see you're streaming, they're gonna come over and say hello. It's the way that it should be. It's the way I want it to be. I touched base on it with Ben last week with the way some streamers are, and I've seen you've done it tonight where you've thanked people for the gifts.
Yeah,
absolutely love it. You know, I know we're in a podcast. It's different when you're in a game.
Yeah,
because when you're in a game, it's every time someone sends you a gift, you're there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Obviously, in the podcast, I've just had to go, thanks for the gift, guys. Obviously, just like mid-conversation kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen you do it. But there's a lot of people where they don't do it. And I think it's just fucking rude.
Yeah, it's ignorant. Because at the end of the day, you don't expect it.
No.
And the people that are watching don't have to do it either. Just show some fucking gratitude. It's like, it's just
downright rude.
Yeah.
People they're taking time out of their day, their evening, whatever, and even when they're dropping gifts, they're taking money out of their own pockets to send you something.
Yeah.
You know, the thing you can do is at least show a little bit of gratitude.
Yeah. I have
Thank
seen
you,
it
Mr.
myself, mate, when I've been sat in a stream and you can see somebody like dropping the gifts. And
yeah, I've seen a lot of these.
Fucking thank them.
I've seen a lot of these people nowadays, where they're posting videos to say that they're live now, and they're showing like a transition of going, well, this is how this is how a big streamer accepts gifts, this is how a small streamer accepts gifts, and it'll show the difference between the two.
Yeah.
But then when you go into that live and you drop something like a Harmy, it's just they ignore you.
It's bait, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is. They've just drawn you in, for you to see if they're actually like that. And when you do that, all you're doing is you're giving them the view and you give them the gift, and in return you get fuck all.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the way things are going to go, the community we're going to have is going to be all streamers like ourselves that will sit there, will appreciate anything that gets dropped. Just appreciate the time. I say it to my chat every time that I appreciate the gifts, the likes, the shares, the comments. But more importantly, it's the time that they spend in the stream that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, exactly. Because you feel like you're not on your own, and you've got that connection with them as well. it improves the stream, it builds your confidence up, and you get to know people.
Yeah, I've got to know that Jen and Tam both like spending the time in Light Jail because that's the only place they ever bloody are.
Well, I'm spending a lot of time in there lately as well.
It's like streamers I watch during the day. My issue is obviously because of my job, I can't sit there constantly just tapping. I can't. So what I tend to do is I'll have my earphones in, I'll put my phone on my toolbox, I'll have somebody stream up. I'll go over, I'll make some sort of conversation, put a comment in, whatever, and then I've got to go carry on with my job and then go back and keep doing it. Obviously, I've had to tell that to the streamers I watch, and literally 99% of them are like, it's fine. We understand you have work to do. There's the odd people that'll either pull the face or they'll make a smart ass comment about it. If you're going to be like that, I'm not going to come in again. It's simple as.
But say, I mean, I think I said to you when I jumped in one of your streams, it might have been last week or it might have been the week before. And like, since I'd started following you, I turned around and was like, sorry, I haven't been in, like, since the last time sort of thing. But I'll always try and jump in when I can. It's awkward, as you know, when somebody's streaming at the same time as you. Yeah. But I will try and make my way round and just tap the likes. If I've got coins, I'll say, like, send them to you and things like that. And just sort of spread it about and support everyone. But it is awkward to get in at times. But like yourself, you said, oh, mate, don't worry. I know what it's like. I've had it from others as well where I've jumped in. No, it's all good. It's like,
everybody has a life.
Everybody's got a life away from this.
Yeah. As much as we'd like to sit there and go, yeah, we'd want to do this full time. Reality, we're a long way from it.
Yeah. It might never even happen.
Yeah, exactly. No, it might not. But whilst we do have a life other than gaming, people have to understand that kids come first. Your job comes first. Yeah. Anything that's actually within your household in real life, that comes first.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't see it. They don't understand it. What are you two going on about now? We demand an upgrade on our accommodation. What do you want upgrading? So these two have got their own emotes for when they go to jail.
Right, so I'm guessing you're talking about Tam and Jen.
Yes.
Yeah. Hiya, Tam.
Yeah.
She's just jumped back in mine, I think.
So it's because she's probably in light jail or mine, so she'll jump back into the cell for a start. What upgrades? So they asked if they could have emotes made, so I made them some emotes. They've got Braveheart, Freedom for when they get out, and then they've got Monopoly, get out of jail free card.
That's quality.
Yeah, everybody does have their own lives from gaming. It's just the shame is, Jen and Funky, people don't understand it, and when people don't understand it, it makes it really awkward.
Yeah,
it makes it awkward for us as a viewer. If you came into my stream and said, listen, I can only stop him for 20 seconds because my little one's on one or whatever, perfectly fine. Or if you go, I seen you live the other day but I couldn't come in, perfectly fine. You have a life. I don't expect anybody at all to be in my stream from start to finish, or every stream for that matter.
See, I don't know whether you get this, but like, you'll have supported somebody and you don't expect it back.
But it'd be nice.
But it'd be nice. Now, you'll get it sometimes. I guarantee you've probably had this. Somebody that you've supported on a regular basis, they'll jump in your stream, you say hello, and as soon as you say hello, they've fucking gone. And it's like, well, you could at least drop a message and say, how's it going? Can't stay long. Just wanted to show me face. Don't even have to tap the like screen, but you could at least hang about to be acknowledged. But I've had it quite often where you see the name flash up, and as soon as you haven't even finished saying hello,
they've gone.
Gone.
Yeah, no, I've had a few people do that. So on that note, like, I'm not being a dickhead, but if you're going to do that to me, then I haven't got the time of day for you.
Yeah,
the
that's
thing
what I've
is,
got like, mate.
the
That's
thing
what
is,
I've got like.
we're here to help and support each other.
Yeah, and that's
Us,
why
as
sort of
small streamers and gamers, that's what we should be doing.
But that sort of harks back to what I was saying earlier about some have got a different mindset to what the likes of me, you, and Ben have got. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Thank you for saying that, bye. No, I completely agree with you. It is down to the mindset, and I think some people, and it's unfortunate, but some people are all out for themselves. They want your attention, they want you in their life,
but they don't want to spend any time in yours.
They're not willing to return the favour.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't bother me if it was, say, they came in once a month. I would not be bothered. You've come in once a month, you've said hello, you've spent 2 minutes in the stream, fine, that's okay. I will come and pay you the same. I'll come and pay your stream a visit. It's not a problem.
Claire, what are you going on about? How does he know?
What do I know? How do I know?
Sorry, it's been sat there for a while now. I don't know what the hell she's going on about. Shane, thanks for the gifts.
Yeah, mate. I was just about to say the same thing. Shane, Sam, thank you.
Oh, Amy kicking off? Huh?
Oh, it's because I said whether it's your little one kicking off or...
yeah.
Right, I was going to say that.
But yeah, no, I'm totally on the same page with you on that.
Because
really
obviously I know you've got little ones, I've got them myself, and Tam, Jen, they've got little ones. We all know how it goes. We all know, you know, regardless of who's streaming, or as a streamer, like if you know, like if any of my kids fell ill.
Thank you for the gifts, guys.
If one of my kids fell ill, it's the streams, like, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it because that's my priority.
Do you have a night where you have like a break from it, or a couple of nights, or
Saturdays?
So see, I tend to have a Wednesday off. So
right. Okay.
I'll stream the rest of the week. There might be the odd time where I have another day off. Obviously, because I was doing this tonight, I was going to have Monday off, and then I got convinced by Ben and Claire to stream Monday night.
Yeah.
And then I was in Ben's stream when he was doing his quiz last night. And then by the time that finished, it was about 10:15, I think it was. And I thought, well, do you know what? I've had a break from it tonight. I've been in Ben's stream. I ain't going to go on. I ain't going to go on for just an hour. And then that was it. I'm going to be streaming with you tonight, doing this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've just had last night off so far.
No, it's basically, I have my daughters on a Saturday.
Thanks for the subscription, Shane. It's very kind of you.
And I have 4 daughters. I have them every Saturday. And it's a nightmare. One of them's on medication every night. So round about 9 o'clock she has a medication and stuff, and usually I'm streaming by then. I don't really want to be going, right, I need to get off. You know, I don't want to start a stream for an hour. I don't really stream while the kids are here. I do it when my son's here because I'm usually gaming with him anyway, and he streams on here as it is. But yeah, Saturdays are my break. I've got 2 games at the minute that I'm in between. So I'll do Tarkov 2 nights, I'll do COD 2 nights. One night I'll do whatever I feel like doing, and then one night's the pod. So choose, because my lad has football, basketball on a Tuesday, it alternates each week. And then on the Wednesday I go and spend a couple of hours at his playing on his Tarkov or whatever. They're my days where Tuesday, if I feel like streaming, I'll stream. If I don't, I'll sit here and watch TV. Majority of the time though, because I live alone, I've got nothing to do. Like, I'm at work I leave the house at 7:15 in the morning. I'm not getting in till 6:30 if I've got nothing else to do.
Thanks for the subscription, Jan.
So, I've got nothing else to do unless I'm finding something to watch, which is a rare occasion. I may as well do a stream.
Yeah.
Because at the minute I'm rewatching Prison Break. I've already seen them all. I'm going to watch them again. It's something I usually stick on when I go to bed. I'll watch one episode, go to sleep.
Yeah, well, you saying that, like, I've got things that I watch over and over again, and I've done since I was a kid. So that's, don't know if you used to watch it back when you was a kid, but Bottom, Rick and
yes.
Age. Yeah.
Yes.
So I can sit and watch that, and I guarantee I will fall asleep.
Yep.
It's like it relaxes you, and that's it. It's like Beavis and Butthead's another one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My at the minute I'm watching Prison Break, but it's one of them things. I've already seen it. If I fall asleep, I know what I'm missing.
Hi, Lilo.
If I fall asleep, I know what I'm missing. It's fine. It's the same with films. I'll stick films on. I'll just fall asleep to a film. What kind of stuff do you watch then if it wasn't to go to bed to? Or to just relax?
Like, I've got Claire into all the Marvel stuff.
Yes, good man.
So, like, basically, we watch all that. Although we have got a lot of stuff, haven't we, Claire, that we need to catch up on, especially with Daredevil dropping, which is annoying me.
Yes.
So yeah, watch Marvel. I've always liked Star Wars. So we love the Mandalorian. Some of the newer stuff I'm not so keen on, but I will sit and watch it because it's
Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Thanks for the gift, yeah.
But I've always been the same. It's like films, like comedies, horrors. The same with series as well, action films. But that is the one that
Deadpool
is my favourite Marvel, Deadpool, because it suits my sense of humour.
Yeah, I like Deadpool. I love Deadpool. I'm a big Marvel geek.
Yeah.
I can do DC, but Marvel's on top all the time.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate.
Yeah.
It's like DC's a bit hit and miss for me.
Yeah, I can give or take it. I've not seen the new Batman and I won't watch it because of who Batman is, isn't it?
Pattinson.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. No, he can stick to Twilight.
To be fair, mate, you ain't missing anything. That film, it's a good concept because I have watched it. And to be fair to him, he wasn't bad, but it's too long-winded and it gets fucking boring. It really does.
See, what is it? 2.5 hour, 3 hour film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Stick Endgame on.
Yeah.
Laughing.
You can't go wrong with that film, can you?
No. I even cry at Endgame. I'm not gonna lie.
We took our lad to go and see the new Captain America last
Saturday. See, that's another one I don't want to watch.
Right, so it's not a bad film by any stretch, but it's not. You ain't gonna walk out the cinema thinking, "Fuck me, that was amazing."
Yeah.
It's more of a filler film, so it ties into stuff in the past and it's building for stuff to come.
Secret Wars.
It's worth watching just for that, but other than that, it's nothing special.
No, we told me and my lad did it. We sat down and we started watching all the Marvel films in the correct order.
Yeah, we've done all that.
No, we got so far and then gaming took over. What do you mean that's boring, Jen?
Give me 2 seconds, mate. I'm just going to find the pod for my vape. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, I'll find it later. Fuck it. It's probably doing me good to have a break from it.
I'm a fucking nerd for a lot of stuff. Cars, Marvel, Lego, Star Wars. I've got a novelty corner, or nerd corner as I call it.
Yeah.
Funko Pops is another one.
Yeah, we've got a few Marvel Funkos. I've got a Deadpool one sat up there by the side of me. The rest of them are all upstairs. But I've got the Deadpool, you know, the chimichanga truck.
Yes.
Yeah. So I bought that off an old workmate of mine at my last job.
That's welcoming, mate.
You got the little Deadpool sat in the top of the chimichanga truck. Yeah. It's pretty cool. That I love that.
No, I'm a sucker for them. My brother gave me one. Well, I say give me one the other day. I did a deal with my brother. I got one off him the other day. It's a special edition Marvel one. Can't remember who it is. I've got She-Hulk as well, but I've got all random stuff. So I've even got Stranger Things Lego figures.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving. You know what boring means. You need to sit down and watch all the Marvel. They're not boring.
You just need to pick the right film to get you into it.
Yeah. See, one of my favourites is always going to be the first Avengers.
Yeah, great film.
Always going to be the first Avengers. I tried. Try again. Yeah, it's always going to be the first Avengers, and no matter how many times I watch it, it makes me chuckle at the end when Hulk throws Loki about and just goes puny god.
The bit when Hulk punches Thor as well in the shield carrier.
See, Ragnarok, again, one of my favourites. One of my favourites.
Me and Claire have watched that countless times. Puny god.
I think so. Thor's one of my favourite characters, and the only one, I say the only one, the only main character I don't really like is Captain America.
Because he's a bit of a goody two shoes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Love Iron Man, love Thor, love Hulk. See, Hawkeye's hit and miss. Again, Black Widow's a hit and miss. I get the story behind them, but I reckon if you took them out of the films, it wouldn't really make much difference because the comedy and the action from the others would make up for it. Love and Thunder, quality film.
See, I didn't like that.
Did you not?
We went to the cinema to see it. It had its moments, and I've watched it again since, and I didn't mind it as much because I have found that with some Marvel films, like the very first Captain America. First time I watched that, I fucking hated it. When I watched it the second time, I loved it.
Thanks, Jen.
Same with Doctor Strange. The first time I watched that, didn't like it.
Second time I watched the first one.
Second one's all right.
It's the same with I've not seen Shang-Chi.
Brilliant film, mate.
Is it?
Absolutely amazing.
As I say, I've not seen that one. Second Ant-Man. I've not watched the second Ant-Man. Again, that's
all right.
Another character that I can live without. It's not really going to bother me.
Yeah.
Falcon, not really going to bother me. I am excited for Daredevil though.
Yeah.
No, I loved Daredevil and Elektra when it was done by Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
They were quality films. The new Deadpool, I'm mixed on that. It's not my favourite one.
I've had others say that.
It was good, but I'd still prefer the first.
Do you know what? The first one, I'd say, is probably our most watched Marvel film.
Yeah.
I love the second one.
Yeah, the second one was good.
Not quite as much as the first, but it's bloody close. Because I've got both versions of it, and they're these sort of films where you can watch them and then watch them again. And it's like, I didn't catch that the last time. There's so many bloody jokes in them films that you don't catch, and it's brilliant if you watch the super duper cut or the cinematic version. You've got differences in the dialogue as well, and you pick up on things like that. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. I didn't hear that when I watched it at the cinema and things like that. I mean, I love Deadpool and Wolverine. Really do. It is a fantastic film. It's brutal. It's funny. I love it. But yeah, it's like when I first watched it, I was saying this is the best Marvel film I've ever seen. But now I do lean more still to the first one.
Yeah,
because of how many times I've watched it, and I still piss myself with laughter at it as well.
I think that's what it is. I think I found the first one. It was. I agree with the brutality of the third. There's so much more in it, and the fighting scenes are incredible. But I'd still go for the first. I've got Soap saying the first one was good. Second two, the other two were okay. See, I watched Black Widow, the film. I thought that was good. I was very reluctant to watch it though, because again, like I say, she's one of the characters I could live without. It doesn't make any odds, but yeah, I watched the film and I thought the film was pretty good. Hawkeye, I've not watched the series.
That's all right. In all fairness, it's not bad, but again, being Hawkeye, like you say.
Yeah, Captain America. It's just I don't know what it is. There's something like you say. It could be a goody two shoes thing. I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And I think that Mark Ruffalo is the best Hulk.
It's just a shame they can't do more with him, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Edward Norton was good. But yeah, I still think Mark Ruffalo, best Hulk. Spider-Man, absolutely love Spider-Man films. Especially, again, unpopular opinion, I think Tom Holland was the best one. I'd put Andrew Garfield as third.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, like my lad, disagrees with me.
See, I like Tom Holland and I like the films, but I think the most accurate Peter Parker for me from when I was a kid is the Tobey Maguire one, that first film.
Yeah.
Accurate Peter Parker, accurate Spider-Man, maybe. But yeah, I mean, you can't dispute Tom Holland being the best, because the first Maguire film was good, but the other two I thought were absolute shit.
I think with Maguire it's because he comes across as very timid and very shy.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Tom Holland, it's more the comedic effect.
Yeah. With Maguire, he comes across as a natural geek.
Yeah.
Like a nerd. The one that gets picked on at school and then he gets the superpowers.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily like want to beat the shit out of Tom Holland in the playground, would you? He seems like the sort of guy that you'd have a laugh and a joke with.
Yeah. I think he's more the funny side of things, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, we have the discussion in work about it. From the comic book standard things, obviously, I think it's Tobey Maguire that's the most relatable, because he's the only one that can generate the web from like bodily fluids kind of thing, where the other two have to have their own web blasters.
Yeah.
The Star Wars situation. What's the last one that they did? That series beginning with A.
Oh, The Acolyte.
I've not seen it.
I've seen about the first 20 minutes of it. It seems all right, but it's one of them where I need the time to actually sit and watch it. But
concentrate as well.
I think I fell asleep both times. It went down to the show. It was just I was fucking knackered.
Yeah, no, it's one of them with the Star Wars. I prefer the original three.
Yeah, same here.
Then the second three, they were good. But then anything after that, I think they went downhill. I've seen them, but I think they went downhill. It's not something I'd watch again.
I didn't mind The Force Awakens. I saw, what was the one after that called? I can't fucking think for the life of me. So you had The Force Awakens. Was it The Last Jedi or something like that? What was it called?
Yes. Was it The Last Jedi? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. See, I managed to persuade my mate to go to the cinema with me to watch that, and he didn't want to. He really didn't want to go. And walked out the cinema, and it was like, fuck me, that was absolute fucking shit. He said, yeah, I told you, I did warn you.
Yeah, but you have to, regardless of what people say, you have to watch them yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You have to judge things for yourself. And then I really couldn't bring myself to go and see The Rise of Skywalker. But I have watched The Last Jedi again since, and I didn't mind it as much. But it is shit, undoubtedly.
I watched
The Rise of Skywalker was all right.
Yeah, I watched that and it was all right. Mandalorian, I watched, that was good.
I love The Mandalorian; it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's this. It's always going to be give and take with films.
Yeah.
I'm a massive Bad Boys fan. I love the films.
The first one's a classic, mate.
The first one's brilliant. Second one's the best. Third, it's okay. Fourth, too far fetched.
Yeah, I haven't seen the fourth yet. We've seen.
It's good, but it's. Sorry. In the terms of Bad Boys, it's it's not what you want. Like you're used to them just going out fighting drug lords and stuff, and they just go too far fetched with it. Oh, what are you doing? Come on. Come here. That's me. Yeah, I even named my dog Thor. He's a tiny ass dog. With big man syndrome.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up there because it's midnight.
Yeah, no, that's good with me, mate.
What are you staring at me for? Yeah. Right, jump down. I'll sort you out in a minute. I don't know if you need a wee or what. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Likewise, mate. Thank you for having me on because
anytime. Like I say, we have some plans coming up.
Yeah.
And within that, hopefully we'll get to see you again. Absolutely loved it. And
yeah, I've really enjoyed it, mate.
I like the fact that we're on the same page, we're on the same wavelength, and the fact that we're just secretly both nerds. But no, it has been enjoyable.
That's okay, mate. Jen. Yeah,
Gaz,
likewise,
welcome in, mate.
Because like I said, yeah, I've never done anything like this before, and I don't know if it hadn't been for the support that I have been getting the last nearly 3 months, whether I'd have been able to have done this back then. Because I feel a lot more confident, and it shows in my streams, the way I conduct myself, and yeah.
No, that's
it's good for me to be able to do this. I've kind of felt like I was on Parkinson, but
no, it's always a pleasure doing it. Sorry, Gaz, just a quick update. Little man's surgery went well. He's back in ward recovery. That's amazing news, that Gaz. Absolutely incredible. Keep me updated with it, mate. I hope he wakes up and he's feeling better tomorrow. Now you and Mrs. Gaz get some rest. No, I find it intriguing to see what other people are doing in the backgrounds of other people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got a similar background with the gaming, and your confidence, I think, it's going to get a lot better. And I think, you will get to a point where you've got that community, and you will start maybe calm down with a Fortnite. Claire, if you're listening.
Yeah, no, she's still awake, surprisingly.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe try doing the retro. Give me a shout or give me a message when you're doing it. Obviously, I'm definitely more than happy to watch that.
Yeah, brilliant. I was actually I think it's been a couple maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did a night where I was playing Halo.
Oh,
Yeah, and I've got to carry on with that, so I might have another night coming up soon where I carry on with it.
yeah.
So I'll let you know if I
Are
do.
you in my Discord?
Don't think I am, no.
Well, I will either send you an invite to it tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, sound.
Obviously, whenever you go live, you are more than welcome to throw your live link in there.
Fantastic, thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
We're gonna be getting stuff set up anyway and going from there with it. More than welcome to throw you live in there. Again, if there's at any point, you know, you want to jump on here again, if there's anything drastically improves, you just hit me with a message. I'll be jumping in your streams as much as I can when I'm obviously not live myself or whatever.
Yeah,
I have followed you on my other account as well, so if I am live, I can always pop in with that. It's what I tend to do, going to people's lives if I'm live on my other account.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure, mate, and
yeah, likewise,
I appreciate
mate.
your time.
No, that's okay. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good.
This will be going on YouTube probably at weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're okay with doing so.
Yeah. No, that's good with me, mate.
I'd rather ask than just doing it. Do you know what I mean? You know, some people might not like it, but
no, it's all good.
Yeah, it will be going up at weekend. I've got to just do the edits and get rid of that shit at the start where we had technical issues. But yeah, we'll get it on, and hopefully we'll see a big rise of FunkyMirkin and a big rise in your confidence with it as well.
Well, fingers crossed, mate. Like I say, I'm just going to keep plugging away. And like I said earlier, could be 1,000 streams and then 1,001 something clicks. I've got no expectations at the end of the day, mate. Obviously, it'd be nice to do it full time.
Yeah,
it could take 4 years, could take 5 years, and like I say, could never happen. But I've got nothing to lose by streaming while I'm gaming at the end of the day.
And you've got everything to gain.
Yeah.
I think you'll do well. You've just got to give it, obviously, the time. Like you say, you never know. It could be that 1,001 where you've absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
And hopefully that day does come, and it comes soon.
Likewise for yourself.
I do think if you didn't have the confidence to do this a few months ago, and you're doing it now, that's a drastic improvement as it is. So, yeah, on that note, I appreciate you, and I will catch you later.
Yeah, well, thanks, mate.
Not a problem, mate. Thank you.
No worries.
I don't know how to do this now. I don't know how to get off it.
I think you just got to click at end live at the bottom, or have I got to do it because you joined me? Or
I have no idea. I'm done something for your Discord. Oh, what have you done? Now I'm scared. No, that's okay. Cheers, Shay.
I've got a Discord as well, mate, but mine's only sort of tiny, but you're more than welcome to join.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, right, you've sent the Discord link. Right, thank you, Shane. Shane sent you the Discord link, mate.
Cheers, Shane.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'll join by any means, mate. It's no biggie. Oh, Tam's done it as well. Oh, Jesus Christ. Got a crack team of admin
Commandos.
staff. Yeah. I got the commando squad.
The A team.
Good night, guys. Thank you, Mirkin. Thank you, Claire. Good night, and everybody in chat. Thank you very much for being here again for episode 4. Thank you for the gifts, likes, the shares, comments. More importantly, guys, thank you for your time. Peace out, people. Good night.
Yeah, thanks to everyone from me as well. Thanks again, Bri.
No problem, mate. Anytime. And I'll catch you later.
soon. Take care. Ta-da.